Morning, everybody. Hope everybody's well. Happy Thursday. For those that are here live, for those that are here any day of the week, thanks so much for joining us. Whatever and wherever you join us, we appreciate it. It's a beautiful day here in the neighborhood. The Northeast is picking up. It's heat. I don't know about you, but I'm a warm weather guy. I like waking up in the morning and I come out of my house and it's hot. I don't know. Some people like it when it's cold. I like it when it's hot. I know the Floridians are like, so move. We get this in May, June. But it's great to be with you. Yesterday, we started talking about this concept of I'm not enough. These words, they're really 4 words. I'm not blank enough. And you can fill in those words in any way you'd like. Because somebody, whether they've said it explicitly or it has just been your own derivation of your placement in the micro society of which you're in, you get to a level where, whether you say it subconsciously or consciously, you feel like you're not enough. Like we started saying yesterday, if you want to exacerbate it a drop, we look around and everybody else looks like they're enough. We live in a world where people always look enough because they can hide behind something. Even as the world begins to grow and people choose 7,000 Facebook friends and acquaintances versus 5 or 6 really close friends or whatever it is, as people make choices to maintain lots and lots and lots and lots of relationships, the depth of each relationship goes down. You just don't have the time. So therefore, you're always presenting the shiniest, most worked out part of yourself. And you're maintaining that across multiple relationships. So you could be managing multiple relationships every day. Family, work, home. And since you can do more of it because you can reach anybody anywhere, your touch points are more surface based. They're less deep. There was probably a time once that I remember it was as a kid, but I'm sure there are people here that remember a time where like people weren't really communicating a lot. They had a phone in the house, but like they had a couple of channels on the box. That was it. I remember that. I actually do remember that time. That was it. Who's in your circle is in your circle. And your relationships are really based on the people that were around you. You went to school with, you live in your community. And so it's the same people again and again and again. The relationships are deeper. But as we grow up into a flat world, not only are we digesting the pictures and videos of other people who all look very perfect, we are maintaining multiples of relationships than we ever had to. And so our relationships are only going to represent that which is more perfect. And so if you're just a regular, normal person that cares, there are people that they don't care. That's great. If you're like that person that like, I don't care, then that's awesome. You're probably looking at me like, I'm enough. Awesome. Keep on being you. We love you. But if you're like those people that like cares, you can't help but for parts of your life feeling like you're not enough. And I'll add another, we can do this all day, but I don't want to do this all day, but we could. Let's add another complication to this. You ready? Time. Not only is accomplishments important, but also when you get them are important. As the world starts to put onto in front of magazines younger and younger people that seem to achieve this incredible amount of wealth, now it becomes a race to wealth, a race to relationships, a race to perfection. So it's not only that you have a lifetime to work it out, you're on a race to work it out. So if you're just living in any real society, there's parts of your life that most likely you're feeling like you're not enough. And sometimes it manifests in just comparing yourself to other people. Meaning there are people that have very, very challenging family situations. Very challenging family situations. And just maintaining normalcy is Herculean. And they should go to bed thinking like, wow, thank God, I'm really doing it. And they feel like they're not enough because the person next to them doesn't have the same challenges, but it's hard to tell. So their family is more advanced. Their children may be more advanced. We did this when we spoke about our recovery heroes. That when I meet people that have recovered from an addiction, they don't know how great they are because they're just getting back to normal. But that's not normal. They're beyond normal. They don't know that. Speak to somebody who recovered from an addiction. Just speak to them. Tell them you're my hero because you've done something that was unbelievably overwhelming and you accomplished it. They'll look at you like, what? What are you talking about? I'm your hero? I was addicted to so-and-so. And you're like, yeah, but you overcame it. Falling down is easy. It's getting up that's hard. And look what you did. And they'll look at you like, what are you talking about? Because in our world, I'm just getting back to what is considered normal. Everybody feels in some area of their life that they're not enough. I'll go one step further. Even people that are incredibly successful feel like they're not enough in the thing that they are successful many times. This is called the imposter syndrome. Very successful people feel like their success is not, they don't really deserve their success. And so even in their area of expertise, they feel like they are imposters. So you'll see somebody who'll get up there and will appear to be so confident and so smooth and so got it together. And it's a show. In their core, they feel like, what am I doing here? And by the way, there's truth to it. The reason why people feel this way, and the reason we all feel this way, the reason why I'm not enough is most likely in everyone's mind in some area. It could be you feel like you're enough in your family, but you're not enough as a business person. It could feel like you're enough in your career, but not enough in your family. It could feel like you're enough in these areas, but you're not enough in your spirituality and in your religion. I've really never met somebody, unless they were 100% self-centered, who felt like they got it. I remember one time on a trip once, on the momentum trips that we do, the trips are centered around fighting or choosing awesome, trying to live lives that are deep. Awesome is not just, the word that, surfer dudes sort of tell each other after the wave crashes on them in some beach in California. Awesome is a word in English that is trying to capture awe, which is something beyond this world, something spiritual. It's awesome. And so when you live a certain life where you're able to delve into a certain level of depth, you touch something called awesome. So on the trips that we go to, we present that as an ideal that we're going to strive for, which requires growth and vulnerability and all the stuff. I'll never forget, I was on a trip once, I think it was my second one ever. And I speak about this concept called awesome. And after it was over, the guy comes up to me and says, thanks so much for the talk, but I'm sorry to say it's not relevant for me. I said, really? He goes, yeah. He goes, I know my life. Like, I'm a doctor at one of the best hospitals in New York. I know my wife, my family, my kids. I'm living awesome. Like I've achieved awesome. Like I've done it. I'm already awesome. Like I don't need to be any more awesome. So he said to me, I was like, okay, like, congratulations, Mr. Awesome. Like, all right, you're the evolved man. Like, see you later. Like, I don't know, enjoy the buffet. Just don't show up to any more classes. So he goes on and, his rabbi like sort of apologizes, but doesn't like no apology necessary. Like, it's just, okay. If you are so sure that you are awesome and you cannot grow an iota anymore, amazing. So the trip goes on and I don't see the guy again. I mean, he's there, but I don't see him. And at the end of the trip, I give out these bracelets called Choose Awesome. They're like these blue bracelets as a reminder to fight for it. And at the whole trip, I really don't see him sitting there, but I don't really speak to him. We are walking back. So we flew on the same flight home to JFK. We are walking. It just happens to be that we deboarded the plane at the exact same second. So we are walking off the plane after a full week in Israel at 6:00 in the morning to try to go to customs. And it just happens to be that me and this guy are walking side by side. And I look over to him and I say, you got the bracelet on, the Choose Awesome bracelet. Why do you got the bracelet on? You're already awesome. So he says to me, maybe there are a few areas in my life that I could be a little more awesome in. I'm like, welcome to life. Like, yeah, even if you're a big fancy schmancy doctor, you probably can make sure you're awesome with your wife and your kids. Have it with God, your family. Like, there are areas in our life that we could be more. If you think you've hit awesome in every category, the problem is most likely in your definition of awesome. There is no area in our lives. There's no human being that is being self-aware that doesn't at least subconsciously say to themselves in an area of their life, I am not enough. That is what chirps in their brain when they stand before the wall that they need to stand before in the area of their life that they need to progress in order to feel what they're looking for in life, which is greatness. When you stand at the wall before the speech or the prayer or the conversation or the book or the kid, or whatever it is that's in front of you, the doctor, whatever it is that's in front of you, the drink that you can't have. When you stand before that wall, and inside you is the power to go through it 10 times, there's a wall that presents itself that is from your mind that says, you're not enough. You're not enough to go through this. You don't have enough, and you're not enough. Everyone else is enough, but you can't do this. You can't go there. It's not what you do. It's not you. I love that one. It's not you. It's just how you were born, raised, developed. Sorry. Like, I'm sorry. Really. I feel for you. But this wall's not for you. This is the I'm not enough wall. See it? So why don't you head back to the familiar pain of you're not enough. You know how to do that, right? You know how to work that out. How about you feel a little bad for yourself? And then you can either blame somebody else, or you can say that the wall is dumb, or you can say that area is really because they're not better. Whatever. We've got a whole list of excuses that you can use to make yourself feel better. But why don't you back off from the wall? Stop playing around. The boost is over. Relax. And that's what we go through. on a micro level, sometimes dozens of times a day or a week. And when you look at the lives of great people, they also go through it. They just don't listen. And that's the difference. Whether or not you'll go through the wall. So how do you do it? How do you overcome it? So I want to start talking about it. Because if we can overcome it, like rock and roll, like if you really take life and break it down to its core pieces so that we can pull it out and put it on the table, it's just really a series of micro experiences. In each experience, some wall. That's it. Just look at your day and follow the schedule from start to end of your day. It's a series of micro experiences with walls. That's what your day is. You wake up, what you do the first thing, second thing, right? Do you push forward? Do you go against? There's something pushing you usually. It's a wall. And the part of your life that you are least proud of are the parts of your life in which there is no wall. You sit down, you click on, you turn your brain off, and off you go. Which is the part of our life that that satisfies us least. But if you look at your life at the part of the life that satisfies you most, it's just walls. Micro walls everywhere you go. And if you spend all day knocking them down, you go to bed at night and you feel like, wow, I've done something. So how do you get through the I'm not enough? So I'm going to say the answer quickly and then we're going to build it. The answer is, you're right. You're not enough. That's it. We're not enough. We weren't born enough. Because if we were enough, we wouldn't even have the wall. Right? I'm not enough to get through the wall. Because if I were enough, then I would have gotten through the wall a long time ago. Right? I don't have enough strength to wake up this time in the morning, because if I did, I would be up. I don't have enough strength to have the conversation, because if I did, I would have had the conversation already. I'm not enough to run this mile, because if I was, I would have ran the mile. I would have made the phone call. I would have done that thing. I'm not enough. Because if I were enough, it would have manifested in a different wall. I wouldn't be grappling with this thing. If I were enough, I'd be grappling with something further down the road. If I were enough, I would have had it already. Clearly, I'm not enough. Maybe because of me, maybe because of God, maybe because of circumstances, but whatever it is, I'm not enough, or else I would have had it. The answer to I'm not enough is you're right. I'm not enough. That's why I'm here. And when I digest that for a second, that hurts. I'm not enough. And I need to be enough, but I'm not. I don't have the strength to say no to that drink. I don't have the strength to say no to that ice cream. I looked at my brain, and it doesn't have enough neuroplasticity that has habits that I can just turn to and rely on to just walk right past that temptation. I'm not enough is accurate. That's why I feel it. I'm not an idiot. Here's a secret. You're not supposed to be enough. The whole goal of life is to become more. The reason why you have a wall is because you're supposed to go from not being enough to being more. We're never enough because our bodies are not equal to our souls. And our souls have infinite power, and our bodies are finite. The whole goal in life is to be more, is to draw the soul out. If you were enough, why would we need to be here? The whole goal is to not be enough at this level and then go into the well and draw out more strength, which then moves you one more inch, which makes you a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. I'm not enough is accurate. It's just not a reason to stop. It's a reason to start. I'm not enough is not a red light. It's a green light. That's the gun that goes off to start the race, not the flag that ends the race. All right, we'll talk about it. All right, everybody, have an amazing day. How about this? Whether you are or not enough, break down your walls today. We'll see, hopefully with God's help. I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a great day.